Okay, we're here at the rally in Las Vegas, and yesterday we had a really good session about tire minders. And the reason it's important for our community is because at the Elkhart rally, we had one of our people leave, had the tire minders, and as he got to Ohio, his entire rear tire delaminated, and the tire minder set off, and he was able to pull off the road safely. And so I said, hey, let's get a tire minder person here. Maria luckily knew Tony, who I'm going to introduce in a second, and he came to the rally. A bunch of people bought tire minders. I did too. I talked to Nathan, and he said Tony's prices are actually better than Amazon, which is pretty amazing, by the way. I couldn't believe that. So I'm going to go through the whole thing. Two things are important. Number one is I want to make sure that everyone has his card information, and I'm going to post this on all pages in the highlights. But most importantly, he just told me that, yes, he does sell online. So there's his information. It does take calls. So this video is going to be about him installing everything on mine. Here's what you're getting. Most importantly, you have to download an app. What I liked about it is it's an app. We download the app. You have to get the TireMinder Lite, L-I-T-E. It's black. That's what it looks like. And here's what you get. Here are the different parts. This is either USB or AC, or you use your lighter. The cord, the packet, an extender. I do have it. I think everyone knows I do have a new towed vehicle, so we got that for that. And we have 10 of these tire minders out of catalog. Now, what Tony told us yesterday, which I think is the most important thing that people aren't getting, is whatever your vehicle says is the correct tire pressure, cold pressure, that's what they set it to. So today, we're going to set my front tires per mat at 54, rear tires at 58, and then my tow car is 35 PSI per vehicle. I'm going to run through it. So Tony, welcome to the club.
How are you doing?
You are now our official Mad About You Tour, Love and Learn Tour expert.
I'll take it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So what's the first thing we're going to do?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is, I do want to say something though. You were talking about just having the tire minder on your cell phone. TireMinder also makes products that you can have just a standalone monitor too if you didn't want to have your cell phone being used at the time you were driving. Some people would rather just have a monitor and not have something else on their phone.
Is this that monitor?
No, so the one I would use for the smaller ones would be this one. It's the i10.
i10.
Yep. Okay. And it will hold up to 20 tires, so you could do the two different screens. The one on the cell phone, it's going to show you the tow car and the motorhome all at the same time. The i10, if you had just the motorhome, it would show you all of 4 or 6 tires at the same time. If you had the tow vehicle, it's got 2 screens, so every 5 seconds, it's going to toggle back and forth from front to rear. So the front would show the motorhome, the rear would then show the tow vehicle, and that screen would just toggle back and forth every 5 seconds.
Excellent, thank you. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I would like that, okay.
So these are the transmitters. Take the cap off, it just screws on there. A 1632 battery just goes right inside. So that would be the first thing that we would do when we were going to install it. We would put all of these batteries in all of our transmitters, just one battery in it. The riding side goes up. So you just unscrew that and you just slide that 1632 battery right inside there.
Okay.
So, and then this guy right here, this is gonna be what's called our Bluetooth adapter. So you just peel that off. It's got the cool little thing on it. When your alarm goes off, this thing's going to turn red, and this will be what starts beeping at you. So all your information from the app that we put in here is all going to be stored onto here. So we know how much you like fishing. So when you go fishing and you lost that big fish and you threw the camera and you broke it, you know, whoever was traveling with you, they could just download the app and then they could use it.
That's actually happened.
The big fish, right?
That's right. It was a big fish.
Yeah. So, and then, like you said, signal repeater. The small, with just the van, I'm not 100% sure that you're gonna need to have the signal repeater put on there. But if you do, just hook it to any 12-volt power and have it underneath the coach with the antennas facing backwards.
Perfect.
So that booster not only boosts your signal, but it also helps eliminate other people's signals as you're driving down the road, going through cities and different stuff. I mean,
that's a really good point.
There's so much stuff on the road as you're going down, so it helps eliminate those problems as well. So here we're just going to take batteries. So in each kit, you bought the 10 tire kit. It's going to come with 20 batteries. So you have batteries for this year, and then you have batteries. So next year at this time, you're just going to take the other set and you're going to change them out.
Okay.
It also comes with another set of O-rings. The little O-rings go right there.
Okay.
Those seat around the cap to keep the moisture out. And the cool thing is about TireMinder is they love their customers. So once a year, after you send your warranty card in, once a year you can call them, or if you're at a rally that I'm at, I give you all new batteries and O-rings once a year.
Wow, that's
so
for free?
For free. So TireMinder actually started this like 8 years ago, doing this for their customers. So once a year, you can call TireMinder for $5 shipping. They'll send out all new batteries and O-rings once a year. Or if you see me, I don't charge shipping because I'll be right with you, and I carry that stuff with me.
Wow.
So I make sure that at all the rallies, I have any warranty product, I make sure that TireMinder sends me with replaced stuff. So if I have a customer that's not even my customer and I see them at an RV place and they're like, oh, I had a problem with this. Oh, watch, I'm going to walk back to my RV and I'm going to grab them a replacement part and I'm going to fix them right there while we're on the road, and they wouldn't even have to call TireMinder.
That is so cool. And you know what, as you talk about batteries, that was my first thought. Okay, I got to go find this battery. It's 10 of them once a year. This would be painful, but for $5, that's a lot less expensive than the batteries.
Right. And they're 1632, so you can get them anywhere.
Okay. Also, I want everyone to know this, if you can follow Tony on Instagram. He travels the country. So if you want him to do this and you're in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, for example, lots of people are out there, and if he's in North Carolina, he may say, hey, if you got 10 people in an area, maybe you swap through. I don't know. It's up to you, but at least we know he travels is the point. He's not just West Coast, he travels the country.
And I've had other people at some rallies, depending on how small they are, depending on how they do it. A lot of them will do virtual rallies with me as well, to where if they have a smaller group and they had a laptop or whatever else, we can do all that stuff online, and I can ship anywhere.
You know, we have another rally next week. I'm leaving here to go to it in Texas, and I'll send you a quick text. Maybe we do that because we have about 40 or 50 vans there.
Yeah, I mean, we can send out the link. You just go to the website. Yeah. We'll just get her taken care of.
And I'm going to watch real close because I'll be the resident expert next week. I'll be your gopher.
So this is obviously the most tedious part.
Yeah.
Just A, pulling the batteries off the packet. B, getting the batteries out of the plastic.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to get all those transmitters taken apart.
I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah.
It'll be real easy after you watch the video, but if I try to do it myself, I'm just not mechanical, and it'd probably take me, instead of 15 minutes, 2.5 hours.
And you might be surprised. The manuals are written so well. The products are so easy to use. All your parameters are already set inside of these things. So once you get into learn mode, you screw this thing on, it's already set. You don't have to go in there and set your parameters of how high you want your alarm to go on your PSI, how low you want it to go, how many PSI can it drop before the alarm goes off, what's the temperature I should have this thing set at for the alarm to go off. All that stuff's already set in there, so it's kind of a no-brainer on setting it up. But don't get me wrong, it can be a little bit difficult sometimes when we're in a place like this and we have a whole bunch of coaches around, and like I was talking earlier to you, the signals that are at an RV park are just crazy.
Yeah.
The stuff that people have in their rigs nowadays, whether it's iPads, all the different radio frequency signals that are out there, it's just crazy. So sometimes we have a little trouble hooking up the transmitters. We'll get an erroneous code, and then we just delete that right then and just continue on what we're doing.
I just sent out to our community last week because it's getting colder. I checked all of my tires before I left.
Yeah.
And they were all down 5 pounds. Every one of them, 5 pounds.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was traveling 2,000 miles to get here.
Right.
So imagine that tire wear.
Yeah.
Or blowout or worse.
And again, like we were talking earlier too.
So I want to show. So here doing the top.
Yep. So then there's our batteries riding on top.
Okay.
1632 battery. It's got 4 welded points on there to help hold that battery in.
Okay.
As well as this is the cap that goes on it, and inside there's a little rubber thing. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little flat spot in there. That right there pushes on the top of the transmitter to squish it down in there to help keep this battery in place. So when I install these, just because of any oils or anything from your finger, I always like to give those a little scratch back and forth to make sure that everything's good. And the O-rings, like I was saying, it just goes right in there and seats the transmitter.
Good hack. No brainer.
So obviously this is the point where he hits fast forward, and you watch me do this
once
in or 10 in really fast speed.
I just do one, but I don't want to miss that first part because you had good information there. How many of these do you sell a year? I mean, a lot of people at the rally already have this, so I was impressed that it's so well known. It must be a good product because people are buying it and using it.
Yeah, TireMinder's been around for a long time, and they take care of their customers, and they make sure that they take care of their customers, like the free batteries. And you know, when they do an upgrade to their product, it's not just an upgrade to make something look better. It's an upgrade in functionality. It's an upgrade in making something look better. There's a lot of tire pressure monitoring systems out there that oh, we've got a new upgrade for the year. We went to a color monitor. Well, what part of my tire pressure did that help me by you having a colored screen?
How to make me safer.
The alarm is what I need, right? Yeah. Most of them, you're still looking at one tire at a time. So when you're looking at one tire at a time, if you have 10 tires that you're trying to look at, and you're looking at a tire and then it's just going from tire to tire on your screen, each time you have to look over at that screen to see what one of your tires is doing is 1 to 3 seconds that you're not watching the road. So
very good. You're texting. That's a good point.
Basically, yeah. I mean, you're taking your eyes off the road. So if I have a monitor where I can look at it and take a glance, where yours has it on the cell phone, you can see all 10 of your tires all at the same time.
You know, the one reason I was so interested in this is a long time ago I was pulling a smart car behind my Class A, so I didn't feel anything, of course.
Right. Oh yeah, it'll just drag that thing around like a rag doll.
Yeah, and I was coming down from Flagstaff, Arizona, and I was driving along, and a guy started pointing at me saying, pull over. I pulled over, and my driver's side front, so in theory I should have seen it through my rearview mirror, or my side mirror. I didn't see it, and he pointed the tire, got out, and the tire was smoking. It wasn't on fire, but it was really hot. Yeah. And I just got lucky.
Well, the next thing is on fire or exploding or whatever. So
or the belts take out the bottom.
Right. So now we've got all of the 10 transmitters in, or the batteries and all the transmitters in there. One thing you'll want to do, probably, we're going to hope that this one is charged. But when you get it, just throw it on the charger. We touched the top button. The blue light came on. It beeped, so we do know we have power.
Okay.
And this comes with the USB charging, and like you said, it has the cigarette lighter, dual USB ports, and if you needed to do it, you could do it 110 as well.
For our world, that 110 means I can go in that plug right behind the driver's seat and just sit there, because those plugs aren't used anyway.
Right. And this is the actual system that I use, for the simple reason that I don't, again, not having to look at something when I'm driving. I have it on my phone, and I just keep the app up in the background. So I have my Google Maps, my Pandora, or whatever else running. The Bluetooth adapter is what's going to be your alarm.
Okay.
So this is what's going to start beeping at you, and then you'll get a notification on your phone. So then I bring up my app, and it'll show me where the problem is. So the other thing about not having a distraction is me not looking at it all the time means I don't have to think about it and look at it all the time, because I also know that if something happens, this is going to give me an alarm. But probably once every hour to 2 hours, I'll grab my phone and bring up my app just to watch my tires. And then every hour to 2 hours, I can use that knowledge of when I looked at it the first time to see what they're doing. Most of the time, after you've been on the road for an hour and a half, they're really not going to change much.
Okay.
Unless you're going
into
makes sense. Bigger, higher temperature, or higher elevation, colder temperatures, all that stuff. But realistically, it kind of plateaus, and that's when you know if you start getting something fluctuating, that maybe you pull over and just check it out before there's a problem.
Okay.
So then the next thing we would do, obviously,
There's my grandson.
We're gonna grab the phone.
Okay.
And then we're gonna, like you said, download the TireMinder app. We're gonna hit that.
The Bluetooth adapter is connected.
And
That
the
was
Bluetooth
fast. They already
adapter
did it.
is connected because it's right next to here, and we have it turned on.
All right.
So that connected to the Bluetooth adapter. As soon
I didn't
as
do
we
anything. It
did
just automatically did it.
Correct.
Okay.
And the cool thing about TireMinder too is, I don't know if you guys just heard this, but when it connected, it audibly told you as well.
Yeah.
So when we hook these up, it's going to audibly let us know that we've successfully connected it. So like you're saying, some people are not mechanically inclined and whatever. Oh, did I do it right? Well, it's going to tell us.
Yeah. That would be helpful.
Yeah. So now we're going to walk around, and the first thing that we were going to end up doing is we're going to hit the connect.
I'll hold this one. So you go.
So what we're going to do is hit connect, and that's going to give us
cool.
all of our different tire positions.
Oh.
So in each one of those circles, whichever ones we use, it's going to have a PSI and a temperature in each one of those circles.
This is nice because also I have a 6-wheel, right? I have a
Right.
really.
So we're going to do front 2 tires.
Okay.
And we're going to do outer, inner, outer, and then we'll come down and we'll do 4 of those for the tow vehicle.
Perfect. Okay.
So I'm going to put these transmitters in my pocket.
I should have taken those caps off ahead of time.
And I really like that you have the same work shoes as I do.
I love
really
it. I love it. Hey,
I hate shoes.
when they get dirty, I just jump in the shower.
Yeah, for sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up, we're going to hit click.
Okay.
And it says confirm, to disconnect the front. Sorry, we're in the connect mode.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
We're good. So we're going to get out of that. We're going to go to home, click confirm to disconnect the front. And we don't want to do that. So anything you just watched me do,
I'll take out.
yeah. So we're going to decline that. So what we're going to do is we're in the home screen. We're now at the front tire. We're going to go to learn.
Okay.
There's a learn button. That's going to bring up all of those 22 different tire positions.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're at the front passenger side tire. So we're going to click front passenger tire to learn. And then it's going to ask us, confirm if we want to learn it. But we're going to come down here before we do it, and we're going to find out where our valve stem is. We're going to take
Of course,
off.
it's in the worst place. Sorry about that.
We're going to take off our little cover. And then we're going to hit confirm. So that
Congratulations. The first tire has been learned.
Oh, well, we just picked up somebody else's.
I hear somebody over there.
Yeah, no, and we left our food.
Oh.
Also, good advice is when I'm going around setting it up, I'll always just put the Bluetooth adapter behind it.
Okay.
But it said that we learned this, and this is what I was talking about having everybody's signals around here. So it said that we had learned it.
Low tire pressure has been identified.
It came in and said we had learned something. We didn't learn it because the transmitter hadn't been put on, so we had picked up an erroneous signal just while we're trying to learn it. It won't do this once something's learned to a spot. So what we're going to do now, because we learned somebody's thing, is we're going to click that green one to delete it, because we don't want the number that was on it, because we know it's not what we need, because our transmitter is still in our hand. So we're going to confirm to delete it. So now we know that there's no color on there, so now we know that it's deleted. So now I'm just going to stick that right on there, not screwing it on very tight so it doesn't get any air. Now I'll hit click to learn, confirm to learn it. I'm going to screw this sensor on.
Congratulations.
And it's
the
learned.
first tire has been learned.
And it let us know that it was learned.
Perfect.
So to show you what that looks like, we can just go to home, and we've got 50 pounds in the front,
Okay.
and the tire's 72 degrees.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so now to get back, we just touch learn, and now we're back to being able to see all the other tires.
Okay.
And we can do it in whatever order we want because we just touch it and go to it.
Okay.
So we can come right to the front tire.
You know, this is really goof proof. This is easy, even for me. Other than getting these in the right. Here it is.
Yep. And then the other thing, like I said, TireMinder is so good. If you bought this, read through the instructions, and you didn't want to go through it, you could call them if you didn't purchase from me. But if you purchase from me, you're going to have that same business card that you have, and I'm going to be able to take care of you whenever you want. My phone turns on at 9 o'clock and turns off at 9 o'clock Pacific time, and I answer my phone. For some reason, if I didn't answer it for a second, you leave a message and I'm going to get back to you.
Okay.
I always make sure and answer my phone. Make sure my customers are taken care of. So again, I just sat that on there. It's not screwed on. Didn't hear any hiss. hit learn, hit confirm to learn. Screw that transmitter on the valve stem. Give it a couple seconds.
Congratulations.
And we
The
learned it.
second tire has been learned.
Oh, it even tells you the second tire.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, so just being able to have that audible letting you know, oh, I did it right.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing is, obviously, like yours, you have the dualies. So,
This one, I have the metal on the other one, but not on this one.
yeah. So this one, the valve stem extender on the inside is missing. So we'll obviously not do that one.
Right.
So then, when I'm doing this on the screen, I like to come down because we've got the front 2 tires, and then it's got 2 different rows that'll be for the front set. So for the motorhome, I like to not do the middle screen.
Okay.
I usually like to do that only if I have dualies and a tag axle, but I'm going to bring your 4 down to the bottom line. That way also when you're looking at it, they're separated enough that you don't have to like look to determine where it is. They all kind of are visible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good hack also.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do it a couple times. And the thing of it is I'm not doing it for my safety. I'm hoping to do it for everybody else's safety as well. Because like I say, when I talk to people, the safer you are on the road, the safer I am next to you.
That is so true. You're clearing RV here.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, see? And now we've learned somebody else's on that or another signal. So all we're going to do is we're in the learn mode.
The third tire has been learned.
We're going to come to, it's asked us to learn it, but see, it says that we haven't screwed the sensor on. So
Well,
it's
you
picked up
did.
a signal. Right, no,
Yeah.
we didn't.
Okay.
So we picked up that signal. So we're going to say, okay, learn. Well, it's asking us to screw it on, but yet it picked up a signal. So I'm not sure what happened right there. Because we need to delete that one.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there.
Well, turn this off so we don't